Hi, today I want to talk to you about how to make a presentation. This is a brief presentation, and I will talk about some of the things that I believe you shouldn't do and some of the things that you should do. Now, people make presentations every day, whether it's through PowerPoint, Keynote, Google Slides, or other presentations. Now, some people like to read from their text cluttered slides, also known as death from PowerPoint. I think this is foolish. Because if you're going to do this, then you could just send out the slides ahead of time. People can read them. And then at the meeting, you can discuss what you understood, didn't understand, new ideas, changing ideas. And it's not just people in business that make this mistake. I've noticed that teachers also make this mistake. So, teaching is not reading. The first thing that you want to do is to do writing. Write down what your whole presentation is going to be. Here, as you can see, is an example from the presentation that I am doing right now. I write down all of my ideas first. I don't worry about how many slides I need to make because unless I'm given a specific amount, which sometimes happens in businesses and corporate environments, I don't know how many slides there are going to be because I don't know how long my presentation is, what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to include, what I'm not going to include. So I need to write it first. Once I have all my writing done, I choose a slide theme. And in this case, I used a TV. Now, I'm going to show you some examples. And of course, when I say don't read and just write text on a slide, yeah, you do need text from time to time. And in this example, this is from a grammar class that I'm teaching. And so in this case, this is like a introduction slide where I present the tense and then I explain how the tense is used. And as you can see, I'm not reading the slide. I'm telling you about the slide because I know that you can read. The next slide. Here I'm teaching students about prefixes, an easy way to improve your vocabulary. These prefixes here, for example, if you know the word schedule, add re to it, reschedule. Able, unable. And appointment, disappointment. Possible, impossible. So what I'm doing is as I am showing this slide, I am talking about different words and how you can add the prefix to change the meaning. You know, one word prefix now gives you two words. Again, I'm not reading what's on the slide. In this example, I'm talking about testing and the different types of tests. And when you first look at this slide, you think, oh, this is about multiple choice. But in my presentation, I'm explaining that a written test, a multiple choice test, is only one way to determine if a student really understands something. And sometimes with a multiple choice test, the student recognizes the answer but may not understand the concept. So again, I'm not reading the slide, I'm talking about the slide. And that is really the key. You want to use slides to enhance your presentation. You don't want to read. And in this slide actually explains some examples of of using the in this case simple present tense. Again, as the students are looking at this slide, I'm not reading it. I am talking about it. And comic strips can be useful. It's a nice way to include images and words. So you can also do that. And if you read this slide closely, you see that this slide is doing, it's eliciting grammar. So there's a lot going on. The picture is only one part, the speaking is another part. Put them together, we get a nice presentation. So I said that this was a short presentation, so we have takeaway time. What I want you to learn from this presentation. Write first. That is the most important thing that you need to do. That gives you a chance to develop and organize your presentation and define what you want to your audience to know. Again, I teach people how to do presentations, and a lot of times when I ask my students, you need to make a presentation about a specific subject, the first thing they ask me is how many slides? And I tell them, I don't know. They look at me strangely. What do you mean, teacher, you don't know? I don't know what you're going to talk about. You need to write it, and then you will know how many slides you want. And nowhere in this assignment did I tell you you have to use slides. You have to use Google Slides, Keynote, PowerPoint, whatever. No, you don't always need slides for presentations. You are communicating an idea. It is up to you to decide what props, what visuals you want to use. Slides is only one type of prop that you can use. Yes, once you write your presentation, you can then decide which slides will define which concepts that you want. And that's when you get creative. Now, when I'm writing this presentation, I have a section that says takeaway, and I have all these words written down. And then I go on to find images. And some of you may be thinking, well, I'm not an artist. I'm not a graphic designer. And trust me, neither am I. But There are many ways to get images. This presentation I designed using Canva. Canva is a great site for images, for templates. It works really well. There are stock photo sites where you can get images. There's another presentation program called Prezi where they have beautiful templates and you can design your presentation there. So you don't need to be an artist or graphic designer. Once you get your content done, choose a theme. Now, if you work in a corporate environment, they will probably have a theme already designed, and they may have a format. A lot of companies have bullet points. Well, if you are going to use bullet points, don't write the whole sentence out. For example, if this had to be in a bullet point, and I want to tell you is now after you write your presentation, you need to choose a theme. I'm not writing all of that on the slide. No, my slide simply breaks it down. Choose a theme, and I can be talking about the theme. Sometimes you need a more serious theme. Um, this time here, I decided to use a playful theme, but that is up to you. You know your audience better than I do. Images. Images can enhance an idea. You can use a graph, a pie chart, a drawing. What attracted me to this image is it looks like a drawing that someone did with colored pencils. That's another way. So it doesn't always have to be the standard. You can be creative. My pet peeve, don't read. You don't want to see a presentation like this with a lot of text and the person is reading it. You can read. And if you are teaching, again, don't read. Teaching is not reading. Your students can read. Have them do the reading for homework. They have a textbook. They can do reading there. If you are presenting, present. Don't read. When you make a presentation, slides are only one aspect of where the spotlight is on. It's not just the presentation, it is you. You make an excellent presentation, people are going to remember you, and that can enhance your presence at work, that can help you move up the career ladder. So remember, it is not just your presentation, it is you. I want to thank you for taking on, this is probably about 5 minutes of listening to me. And if you have any questions, any comments, you don't have to agree with me. I'm giving you my ideas. But if there's one thing that I do want you to take away from this presentation is don't read. Make your presentation better than that. So, again, thank you. Um, you can comment, of course, in the comments area. And if there's something else you want to talk with me, feel free to send me an email. Thank you very much.